Hi, Don. Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, we're good.
That's good. So this has been a long journey. We're going back to December of 2020, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And now it's August of 2021, and we're here. And it's not the position that neither one of you want to be in. But let's go back to the very beginning and talk about I came along, I contacted Dawn, and I facilitated a reunion with both of you and your adopted twin. And that went well at the beginning, correct?
Yeah. In the beginning, it did very well.
So what, in your mind, for what you know, what went wrong?
We were really confused at the time because
Yeah.
we didn't know. Things were great.
I have no idea. I wish I knew. Still wish I knew, but I don't. And I don't think that's ever going to come out.
The only thing I can get from the last text I got from her was she was told some things that weren't true and believed them and didn't really give anybody a chance to even show her proof of what the truth was. So here we are.
And I've been trying for people that come and like attack us in comment sections and stuff. I've been trying to say, this is what the truth is. Unless you walked in our shoes, felt the same emotions we did, nobody knows the truth but us. And everybody else is too ignorant to see that. Why? I don't know, but I can't change other people's minds. It doesn't work like that.
So when in some of the clips that we had, you, Michaela, you said that she needs to come clean. When you said that, what do you mean by that?
Tell the truth about why we shouldn't have wasted the gas to pick her up on our birthday. Why, at most opportunities given to meet the rest of what is our family, why she backed out at the last second. Just tell us why. Why were you so hesitant when you've said that all your life you've wanted nothing but to meet us? Why did she waste that opportunity to have the sister that both of us always have wanted? I mean,
And you were both warm and welcoming, right?
Oh yeah. All my life I've wanted nothing but a sibling. And I had that opportunity, and frankly, she wasted it.
And that can be fixed, can't it?
At this point, I don't think there's anything you could do to fix that, except for an apology, I guess. And even then,
I think it could be eventually if everybody was on the same page.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So why do you think her support system believes her, whatever that is, about the things she was told about your mom?
I have no idea. She's been telling me you can find out on the internet if you do enough digging, the truth about everything. And I've been thinking to myself, what if some people think we paid the OBGYN to say those things? No, that was certainly not the case, and she can vouch for that.
No.
So the investigation that I conducted and the interviews that I conducted, do you believe that that is sufficient enough to show that you're not a liar, Don?
I would hope so.
Oh yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's good, solid truth. I don't know how ignorant you would have to be to not believe that.
Well, prove the opposite. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
And Don, you're in the business of finding out the truth in your field. And would you have done this any other way? I mean, I don't get it.
Professional
No.
snooper.
One thing that, one of the first things you're taught is you can't go off of emotion or anything else. There have to be facts, verifiable facts.
So one of the things we didn't talk about in these little video clips, and there are video clips that we did not show for reasons that we didn't want to show the adopted family, but why don't you tell us really why you couldn't keep both girls with your financial situation, and what happened?
Well, we were not doing real well at the time. And my husband was job eliminated from a huge employer in the city, had worked there about 15 years. And so all of a sudden there were, thousands of people out of work in the same field. So he is unemployed for one thing. We weren't,
Well, was. Yeah.
we weren't doing, great before that. So, and we ended up, shortly after filing bankruptcy. That's verifiable and should be proof that you don't do that when you have lots of money laying around.
How old were we when you filed?
3.
So Michaela, you were 3 when that happened?
Yeah, I don't remember it,
Okay,
but-
okay. So going back to that time period in 2001 and your financial situation, what would have happened if you kept both girls?
I'm not sure because we lost our house. And we'd probably end up in an apartment somewhere, and neither one would have had the opportunities or the life that they have had.
I can tell you right now, and I'm not going to go into detail for sake of privacy, but the place she's at right now, the place she lives, I can guarantee you she would not give that up to go live in an apartment somewhere, in a tiny, cramped apartment in the city. I can tell you that right now.
So Michaela, you would not be where you are today with your riding and your trophies and your horses, these beautiful horses, which I've seen, and I
Thank
rode
you.
one of them.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
And your life would be totally different, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I can say put yourself in her shoes, but you can't put yourself. And I always tell people, I can't put myself in your position because I'm not there. I can only give you
Exactly.
guidance and advice.
Those words only go so far, but you can never truly be in somebody else's shoes.
Right. But she knew from the very beginning that she was adopted, which
Mhm.
is fine for parents to tell their kids that they were adopted. But
Yeah, that's what she told us. So
right. When you spoke to her for the first time, what was on her mind as far as trying to reach out to you all those years?
some things clicked, and her and I think her sister and friends have been cyber stalking me for years, and I just found out. So that made me really uncomfortable. When we met in person, she seemed like she really wanted to get to know me and have a sister, like a biological sister, which great, I do too.
But it's a two-way street. It's getting to know your mom and being friends with her also.
Yeah, you can't know me and not know the rest of my family. Like that's just not how it works.
Right. And the reason why I told this story and came to you and said, let's tell the story is because there was pressure on me to get this done right. And I had to feel for both of you because it's tough. I mean, I didn't know, Michaela, how you would feel. I didn't know you at the time. I believe I know both of you very, very well after 10 months of knowing you. And I was really worried that this would be traumatic. And it really wasn't, was it?
This story as a whole, no, I don't think it was. But the thing that hurts the most is my sister not wanting me. When all I've wanted my life too is a sibling. Whether or not I knew I had a twin, she's heard me say all my life growing up, hey mom, I really want a sibling. And that just would have been nice.
Right. But she wanted more than anything was to have a relationship with you.
From what we've been told, yeah.
So do you really believe, and we can go back and forth on this, but we know the truth. And we invited her on the Zoom call. I sent her a message. She's not here, obviously, but she has every opportunity, like you said, to come clean, whether that's coming clean can mean anything. I mean, just what's on her mind. How does she feel? And we've spoke to the doctor. We've spoke to the therapist, which, take what she says with a grain of salt if you want, but I truly believe in her. I think she's great. She's very wise, and I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
both agree with that.
Mhm.
And also, I spoke to the social worker, and she didn't want to go on camera. She didn't want to say anything. She wanted to say no comment, but she spent 20 minutes on the phone with me saying things and talking in circles and just blurting out her thoughts. And what she actually thinks is that this should be between you, Michaela, and your twin, and leave the parents out of it. I don't believe that should be the case. And also, she thought that shame on me for getting involved. Well,
Why?
exactly. I've been involved with thousands of these, and I've reunited twins before. It
Oh, yeah.
not in every case is different. So this was a little different, but in my opinion, this went well. This wasn't on me after it fell apart because of
No.
the so-called lies.
No.
So again, we put this on social media, and nobody said anything negative, really. I mean, it's a shame that twins had to be separated. Glad they had a good life. Glad they're back together. And that was really the bottom line until I put the story out there again over the last 2 weeks. Then her friends started commenting, and no one really else made any comments. People
No.
just liked it or gave the care
Yeah.
and the heart. But obviously, she came to me, and I took this case pro bono. Actually, I don't, you did know that, right?
Yeah.
Her sister, we found her birth family, both sides. That's another story. But I asked her if we can do media with this, and she said yes. That was part of it, because I don't like doing pro bono unless we can do media, because this case I've spent probably 300 to 400 hours on easily. That includes doing this story and the video. And I don't regret that one bit. I don't regret anything about what my involvement in this. I don't think I did anything wrong, and you will all agree with that. But I'm sure they would think so too. But I mean, they blame you, Don, for something, and I don't know what it is. But
She gave him a kid.
I gave him my
right,
greatest
you gave two lives, and these are things that you've had that you probably wouldn't have had if you kept both in your hands.
I
And-
wouldn't be here if she kept both of us.
Right. And I know your husband, Clint, works very hard, and he worked 3 jobs at a time, right?
Yes.
And I met him. He's a great guy. He's a great father, funny guy, hysterical. And
really is.
he's got a heart of gold, and you've got a great family. And I wish your twin could see that. And if she sees anything else, I don't understand. Come to me, come to you. Watch. You don't necessarily need to watch the video clips. I mean, I wasn't there to vilify her. We weren't there to vilify her. We were just there to
No.
tell the truth. And
She was the one who vilified herself.
right. And some of it was ugly. I didn't really play the ugly. And like I said, I never spoke to her father. I know I just played you a video clip just a little while ago that her father sent you, Don, a Facebook message, and he didn't open it until I came there in May. It was like 2 months old. You finally opened it, and he was mad at you for doing the interview with the Fort Wayne Gazette back in February. And also his daughter did an interview. So he basically shamed you for going against their wishes, and we don't know what that was. Tell us what their wishes were. Your wish was that they don't go public or tell their daughter who her birth parents were until you were ready. And through me, we facilitated that, and everything went perfect. Michaela was okay with it. Your mother was okay with it. Your best friend was okay with it. Your people that you work with were okay with it. And no one in your life said, how dare you? How could you do that? Correct, Dawn?
Correct.
So I don't know where this went wrong. I mean, the only people that think this story is horrific is the adoptees who really had a difficult time and struggled with their adoption. And that's where therapy comes in. That's where therapy comes in. And like I said, I've done thousands of reunions. Not all of them work out well. A lot of them do. And this is one that, like I said, we thought it worked out well. And then before your 20th birthday, it just fell apart because she was told that you basically didn't want her, that you did have the financial means, and that you had a C-section purposely so no one would know you had twins. And here's the weird part. In the video that we didn't show, that Michaela, what is your twin's middle name?
Her middle name is my first name, spelled the exact same way.
And what does that honestly tell you? Really, what does that tell you?
She's always wanted to be a part of me and my life.
Right, and her parents probably wanted that too, but
Yeah, that she couldn't name herself when she was a baby.
right, and
her adoptive parents did that.
that says a lot. That says a lot
Yeah.
about your birth family. And
Yeah.
and obviously you never told them your name, but from the beginning, but they must have seen it on the bassinet in the NICU, and that's probably what they did. And it's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm sure you don't either, Don, do you?
No.
Mm-mm. And
But-
it's not a real common way of spelling it either.
No.
No, there are many ways to spell that, but I think that's a good sign. And if in a perfect world, I really do hope this works out. I hope her parents come around and say, "Hey, these are good people." I don't know what lies there are. There are no lies. Did I miss something? I don't think so. I've been a private investigator for almost 40 years now, which is a long time. And yeah, and I've seen everything in my business. And this one's a first, but I mean, I know people. I'm pretty good at reading people. And like I said, I thought she was ready to meet you. Apparently she wasn't. And I just do hope she comes around. She could reach out to me. She could reach out to you. She could even reach out to the therapist that we use. Like, again, I said, she's great. She could reach out to Dr. Wheeler.
Yeah.
Dr.
ahead.
Wheeler was fantastic. I mean, why would he lie about this? And what he said made complete sense. So
Yeah.
we could spend hours talking about this, but let's just wrap this up. And so basically, how would you say this whole experience was, from working with me, putting this thing together, doing these video clips, which one day may be a reality show, which you guys would be part of willingly? And I think
Yeah, I'm down for it.
it would do very well. So on an ending note, give me your thoughts, both of you.
You first.
From, everything, from beginning to end, I am very glad it happened. I'm really glad that she found you, because I always, after you got to know us, I always felt like I had the support there with anything that happened. And you were always, down for, anything that we needed. And I would like her to know that, the door is open, if we get on the same page, and her life would be so enriched by having a relationship with her sister and with us.
Yeah.
We don't want to take anything away from anybody, but it would just get that much better if we got to know her and had a relationship there. I honestly don't know, after the gift that we gave them, how they could be so angry with us.
Mhm.
But it's only hurting her.
Right. And the therapist, Jeanette, said, respect the birth parents,
Right.
regardless of the situation. And that's always a good sign. It always helps adoptees. And look, I've had cases where the birth parents were not good people. But here's the thing. They gave that child life, and they gave that child a good life. They put the child in good hands. And I'm not saying her parents are bad people. I'm sure they're good people, but fix this situation. Make it good for everybody.
Because it could be.
Yeah.
And lastly, what do you want to say to your twin, Michaela?
I wish her the best in her own life. That's all I can really say. If she's going to bring all that negativity on me, I don't want it. But if she can be a better person for me and for herself, the door is somewhat open.
Okay. Thanks again, guys.
Mhm.
Thanks.